Hi there, it's Laura from SheShepherds. Back this time with more gathering for you. We need to get the ewes back from the hill to get them scanned, so then we'll know how many lambs they are carrying. The ewes pregnant with more than one lambs will be staying on in by fields to get started on some feed and to get a bit of TLC as well, while the single will go back to the hill for a couple of weeks and then be gathered again to get their vaccination. This video has been filmed in the Scottish borders and the Upper Tweed. These are images of a whole day gathering. It was wet in the morning and sunny in the afternoon. So here you can see Meg going up on the left, as you could see where I put the white arrow onto her right. For the ones that maybe have spotted them, there's actually two more just a bit above her. They're just watching her coming all the way up. So Meg, as you read it early on, she's 10 years old, so she's quite fit for her age actually, but you can see there she's just starting to trot a little bit, just because it's quite steep and there's lots of heather as well, so it doesn't make it easy to run all the way up the hill like that. So the poor wee thing is nearly there, but she's quite tired up there, but you can see up the two little buggers already taking off. So the plan here is to get those two down to the lot underneath and then to make them come towards me. Today I'm gathering 3 different hefts. A heft is a group of sheep that belong to a part of the hill. Hefted sheep are really important, and they are the result of years of traditional practice. In the past, shepherds were going out every day to have their sheep, so to gather them together and to keep them in their bits where they belong. You will see that some hefts will look better than others depending on what grows in there and how exposed they are to the weather. Nowadays we don't spend enough time hefting, and we are slowly losing the great work that has been done for years. So you can see on the video that sheep are marked with a color on the shoulder. Here you have a blue, red and green, and green should stick with the green, and so then the other colors should stick together, and you will see there was the odd one that is not in the right heft. So this is just a result of not being able or not taking the time to heft them every day. you can see that the lot is starting to split into 2, even 3. So I'm just sending Kira just to help out. I thought you would be best on the left, but then I just changed my mind, so I just redirect her. So hopefully the 2 of them will be able to keep them together. They can be pretty tricky because they're not used to be gathered that way. There's been a new forestry park a few 100 meters along that face where they normally run. So now I'm needing to change their habit, and hill sheep don't like it. So they're not really happy to come down the burn and going back up towards me. But the girl seems to manage all right so far.
Kira! Feed!
The sheep need to be pretty tough to survive and do well in these conditions. We've had a few weeks of really bad weather between snow, strong wind, rain, storm, etc. I mean, the ewes never got a chance to dry and enjoy grazing properly. So as you can see, it's quite handy to have 2 dogs to work together when the situation gets a bit tricky. So Pilot and Kira are on different voice command, which makes the job easier. So here the ewes have got to walk all the way up towards me, which is pretty hard because it's quite steep. So the dogs really need to settle and give them plenty of time, otherwise the one that will not feel fit enough will just lie down or run down the hill, because it's what sheep do. They just run down the hill all the way to the burn if they feel that they are not fit to make it, and this is their way of protecting themselves. You can hear my young dog Cruz just getting impatient, and he can hear me and see me with the sheep. He's not a hunt away, but he's just very keen.
Cruzy! Cruzy! Stand. Dear, stand. Dear, stand. 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 Stand, dear. Dear. Dear, stand. 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 Stand, dear. What are you up to, you? Uh-huh. Not supposed to be on the quad bike? Yes, you are. Uh-huh. Maggie. Meg.
here we go. Here's a little bugger that I must have messed early on when I did that face. So I'm just sending Meg all the way up to get her. She hasn't spotted her really well, I think, so I'm just commanding her the whole way up. She must have been hiding on top of this hill park that you can see on your left. And she totally missed the plane because I went away with all her friends, so now that's me sending a dog all the way up there to get her. For the scanning results, SheShepherds and rough ground always hope for singles. One lamb is plenty for a ewe and the hill, and for the lamb himself, he has got more chance to survive. This is a farming system of hard work, but with very low input. The opposite than in by sheep that are way more fed and looked after, and even lamb inside, like my own previous flock. So it's around 12 o'clock now. We've been gathering for 4 hours. The dogs are starting to get a little bit knackered. They could really do with a break. So I've got plenty of dogs because for this kind of work you just need all the power that you can get. Especially at the end of the gather, sheep and especially blackies know exactly when dogs that getting tired and they will really start taking the bed. So here I can send one dog and let the other ones rest and etc etc. So it's pretty handy to have at least a couple. I'll use some other dog in the afternoon. Gathering, it's to me like a treat. Sheep farming, it's sort of hard work, but it's really all worth it. You often can't explain what's your job because it's so diversified, but gathering is definitely the best job. I mean, the lights, the color, the wildlife, it's just fantastic to be there and to be with your dogs outside. Blackies are just amazingly good at hiding. So here, those 4 little buggers, they've seen me, they've seen the dog, but they just won't move. So they won't attract the attention of the dog, and they will just start to run really fast only once they are sure that the dog is on them. They will really try everything. They will hide in bracken in the summer just to avoid having to come back to the farm. So Kira, as you can see, she's not very fit. She had pups 10 weeks ago, so she's now back to work. It's really great to have her because she's a great hill dog. She just isn't fit at the moment, so that's why I'm just trying to get her to get around those sheep before they break and I lose them. So she's really trying everything she can. That's really what collie do. They're just they're mad for work and they're mad to please you as well. So here we have Pilot again. She's going on the right side of the sheep, so on the away side. You can really see that this ground can be really hard and really tricky for dogs. It's actually quite a good thing for young dogs to run in this kind of ground because they really have to think. They can't just run and be too silly. They just have to look at where they put their feet, otherwise it can be actually pretty dangerous. So it slows them down and they think before they do anything silly. Here is my big favorite boy, Zorg. Zorg is out of Kira that you saw earlier on. Is a really nice dog and is pretty pushy as well. You can see making risky mistake here because he's pushing actually a little bit too much and I'm just letting him do it. So hill gathering can be actually dangerous, can be dangerous for us on the quad bike or even us by foot. It can be dangerous for the dog, but it can also be dangerous for a sheep. So it's important to keep that in mind and to be careful when we work with them because it's really all about them. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like it or if you want to share it, just go for it, and see you soon.